Okay, we're back to Island? No, can I even? Never Island. Let's just say Never Island now because it's not Island anymore. Um. So yeah, let's get right into it. My hands are cold. My God, it is cold. Ugh. Ugh. I'm hoping the mic is fixed because I'm not gonna redo this. Okay. 춥다. Supposed to. It was supposed to have been torn down. Oh, okay, so for some reason it went all the way back. Jumping. Yep. Oh yeah, I forgot to do the subtitles for this. Okay. I'll probably do it this time. Okay, so I forgot to do the subtitles for that. Huh? What? Start? I don't know. It's highlighting start. You may got it. A dream. I was having a dream. Okay, so we're starting here. Okay, so you start, I guess. I don't know. I haven't done this before. I was having a dream. One so long I felt like it lasted forever. They're pretty common, right? The kind of dream where you're having a friendly chat with your first childhood crush to whom you've never once spoken in real life. Or where the both of you are fighting abhorrent traditions, chasing the secrets of an unknown world, risking life and limb in the name of love. My inconceivable past. These dreams are all that's left now of memories. Even I should have forgotten. But I find them extremely comforting for some reason. I never, ever want to wake from them. I know. This is all a dream. The moment you wake up, you have to throw on your clothes, wolf down your breakfast, and head straight to the office. Your boss will scold you if you are even 1 minute late. Being told off is nothing, but 1 minute on your timesheet will come back to haunt you when your end-of-year assessment rolls around. It might even give them enough reason to hand you a notice of dismissal. And if you're lucky enough to keep your job, you might still be placed under some fresh-faced new recruit. All that for 1 minute. But that's just how the cookie crumbles. No excuse will cut it. No amount of repenting will earn you forgiveness. You can't recover that time you lost. This world is so suffocating. Who would ever want to live in a world like this? If only the alarm clock ringing at my bedside was some kind of doomsday device. If only a quick press of the snooze button could bring it all to ruin. I'd hit it without a second thought. I know. I'm powerless. I can't make any difference in this world. I'm just a cog in the machine. One single cog among countless others. Stopping isn't permitted, nor any deviation from my course. All I'm allowed to do is spin on and on. And should any sign of a defect be found, the cog in question will simply be taken out and replaced with a new one. I know. But can't I carry on dreaming just for a little bit longer? At least let me have my happy ending. At least let me go to the part where I can make her happy. Never Island. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save here. Start of Never Island. Okay.
トンネルにはこれかな。これだよね。
It's so noisy.
そうだ。分解すれば。
What's up with this racket?
ドライバーは
Pass it here. I take the alarm clock from her and push the button on the top. Phew. Okay, back to bed. I can finally get off to sleep again. Let's hope I can quickly pick up where I left off. Where am I? I find myself in a cramped, filthy room. It looks like the inside of a cave. There aren't any windows or anything like that, and the only light to speak of is an oil lamp dangling from the ceiling. As I rise from the child-sized bed, the blanket slips clean off. Why am I butt naked? Wait, who are you? Why are you staring at me down there? What are you taking out the measuring tape for? Well, yeah, I've been talking normally this whole time. I guess it would look big to a kid. Ha! I suppose it is! That actually kind of made my day. I like you, kid. Tell you what, I'm gonna treat you to some shaved ice. Shaved ice? Nice. What? You've never heard of it before? You pour some syrup on a bowl of shaved ice and... The girl cocks her head to one side in confusion. Her noggin's going to snap off and roll away unless I say something. How do I explain it? Oh, right, it's like snow. Sweet snow. Phew. It got through to her. Never mind. You should try it sometime. I know a place that does really good shaved ice. It's called... Wait, what was it called again? In fact, I've been feeling very, very chilly for a while now. Where on earth are we? Judging by the kid's funny clothes and the fact that she's never heard of shaved ice before. The North Pole? Maybe? But she wouldn't understand Japanese if that was it. She hands me a large pile of what looks like clothing. Is that right? Are these for me to wear? Wait, where did mine go? Damp clothes are no bother. The heat from my body will dry them in no time. I get up off the bed and head towards the door. But not before the girl grabs my arm to stop me. What? The whole time I've been chatting to this girl, I've had this weird tingling feeling all along my spine. Where have I seen her before? Oh! Was it you back then? I remember now. I was wandering across the snowy plain. I heard footsteps approaching, and when I looked up, there she was. Thumbnail secured. Yeah, I thought it was a dream. Just a fragment of a shattered dream. Which means... This isn't a dream? I reached out and gave the girl's cheeks a good hard pinch. They're so soft. And so warm. Oh, sorry. I was a bit rough there. I let go of her face. The girl looks up at me, her cheeks puffy and swollen. That's true, you did. thanks for helping me out. I owe you. Tell you what, I'll give you 3 wishes, anything you want.
なんでも
Actually, no lewd stuff. Though, I guess a kiss couldn't do any harm. Also, no wishing for 100 more wishes or anything like that. Keep your requests reasonable.
じゃあ1つ目
So soon? You can take a little longer to think it over, you know.
服を着て
Oh, yeah, I'm still stark naked. I thread my arms through the sleeves of the top she handed me earlier. Wait, have I got this the right way around?
よかったぴったり
She beams at me as she zips up my jacket. It makes me feel all warm inside, weirdly enough.
ねえお腹空いてない
Huh? No, not particularly. I'm completely famished. Of course.
じゃあ2つ目ちょっと待ってて
Saying nothing more, she disappears through the door. What could it be? Since I've got nothing to do, I take another look around the room. There's a pile of junk on the desk. I can see what looks like a speaker unit and mini television, but the rest of it just seems like scrap metal. What television? Tell me! A laptop, and a working one too, by the looks of it. Where the hell are you seeing all this? I flip it over. It says that it was made in the year 2016. 2016?
お待たせはいパン
She hands me a steaming mug of something and a single slice of bread on a plate. Oh, no, I can't accept this. You saved my life. You've done more than enough.
食べて3つ目のお願い
Okay. I tentatively accept the plate and take a bite of the bread. It's rock hard.
あやかしながら食べるんだよあほらこうやって
She takes the bread from me, then dunks it into the hot liquid.
あ
I hold my mouth wide open, and she sticks it inside. I'ma just, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna, you know, just gonna say that to my clipboard. Okay.
どうおいしい
Tastes great. It really doesn't, to be perfectly honest, but my empty stomach is grateful for it all the same. It's delicious, truly scrumptious. I gulp it down in the blink of an eye, then guzzle up the rest of my drink. I feel like I've been brought back to life, or reborn, more like.
生まれて初めて見たそんなに嬉しそうにご飯食べる人
A girl stares at me, lost in thought, as if she's nostalgic for something she once had. Are you fine using up your 3 wishes like that?
別にお礼をしてほしくて助けたわけじゃないもん
What a nice kid.
それに自分の夢は自分で叶えるつもりだから
Oh, how admirable of you. How admirable of you. And what dreams would those be?
秘密どう
I might be able to help you, you know.
せ信じてくれないよ
Huh?
ねえ私じゃなくてあなたのこと聞かせてよ
She has such a cheerful expression on her face. Maybe I just imagined that flash of sadness a minute ago.
どうしてあんなところにいたの何をしてたの
Sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. Actually, I'm... Huh? It's a secret.
じゃあ名前は
That's also a secret. In fact, I'm on a super important top secret mission. The fate of the world hangs in the balance.
すごいかっこいい
I suppose it is. Now, what was my mission again? And more importantly, who am I? That reminds me. What's your name? She stares blankly at me, clearly puzzled.
私の
I should at least get to know who my savior is, right? That's only really an excuse. Still, I feel obligated to ask.
とっくに知ってると思ってた。
What does she mean by that? Do I know this kid? Is she saying we've met somewhere before? She raises her head and continues.
リンネだよ。
Why are my cheeks wet with tears?
そうリンネオハラ13歳。
I'm a petter. My memories come flooding back. Forgotten memories of a summer's day long, long ago.
絶対また会いに来て生まれ変わって待ってるから。あれどうしたの？
Before I knew it, I find the girl staring up at me in concern. Sorry, what were you saying? I hastily wipe away my tears. It's sort of embarrassing crying in front of a child.
ちゃんと聞いてた？私はリンネ。リンネだよ。
Should I say Rine or Dinne? I'll just say Dinne, because I already called the other Rine, so I'm gonna call her Dinne. How she pronounces it. Dinne. Dinne.
うん。何？
It's a lovely name. That's all I'm able to say.
私もね、この名前気に入ってるんだ。おとぎ話に出てくる名前でね、二人の男女がお互いを信じ合って永遠の愛を約束するお話なんだよ。私もそういう人になりたいんだ。自分の信じたことを最後まで貫ける人に。
I wonder if I'm capable of believing in something so fiercely myself. It's just a question of putting your faith in something and sticking with it, right? Right now, though, I don't have a clue. But I'm sure someday.
いつか夢は叶う。この名前にはそんな願いが込められてるんだ。
The girl, Rine. The girl, Dinne, puffs up with pride.
おじいちゃんにはいつも名前付けしてるって言われちゃうんだけどね。
Your granddad?
うん、今日もそろそろ戻って。あ、
Dinne freezes on the spot, her mouth hanging wide open.
忘れてた。どうしようどうしよう。こっちじゃダメだ。こっちに。
帰ったぞ、リンネ。いないのか。
Dinne jumps with shock upon hearing that deep voice beyond the door. What are you panicking for?
隠れて早く。
She forces me under the bed covers.
詰めてはみ出しちゃう。
Hey, why are you coming under here with me?
毛布が盛り上がってたらバレちゃうもん。
I know, but I can't squeeze up any further.
じゃあ肩の関節とか外して。
That's crazy talk! Why do we even have to hide anyway?
リンネ、またお前は部屋にこもって。どうした？ベッドに潜り込んで。
Dine squirms around restlessly before poking her head out.
お腹痛くて
And driving my head into her stomach. I can't breathe.
かなり張ってるじゃないか。ちょっと見せてみろ。
いいからいいから
Can't breathe.
そうだな。わしが見たところでどうしようもない。医者を呼んでくる。
大丈夫だからすぐ治るから
Can't hold it any longer.
しかしだな、リンネ。もしお前に何かあったら、アマダに申し訳が。
No more. Fresh air at last. The blanket, which was whipped up into the air upon my escape, falls to the floor. On the other side of the room is an old man, his eyes filled with abject horror. Dinette is lying face up on the bed, and here I am straddling her. Boy, does this look bad.
孫娘に何をしておるか。
Yep.
おう、世界の命運がかかった非常に重要な極秘任務。
That's right. Glad we could clear this little misunderstanding. Nervan-san. Nervan-san.
ふざけるのも大概にしろ。誰がそんなヨタ話を信じるか。
Huh?
私は信じるよだって私も世界の命運がかかった非常に重要な極秘任務を人知れず遂行中だもん
リンネは黙っておれ。わしはこの男と話している。
もう
え、お前、名前は？
Like I said, that's confidential.
この辺りでは見かけん顔だが、居住区画は？
You're asking my address? I'm not the type to be tied down to one place.
くだなしか。まったく、いい年して嘆かわしい。
Colorless?
厄介ごとに巻き込まれるのはごめんだ。早くこの家から出て行ってくれ。
Of course, it's the least I can do considering your granddaughter rescued me. Dine, sitting beside me, lets out a small yelp.
でもおじいちゃんこの人さっきまで外で倒れてて
Rine,
だからといっ
Rine,
ていちいち施しを与えていたらキリがないだろう。行き倒れなんて今時珍しくもない。
そうじゃなくてこの人は
いいね。お前も今月から成人だろう。いい加減世の中は綺麗事だけじゃ回らないことを学んだらどうだ。
Huh? What? Are we in the 1800s, sir? She becomes an adult this month. So her birthday is this month. She turns 14. But she's... Huh? An adult? Is that why I was allowed to... Oh wait, right. Because in Japan the consent age is... Yep. I forgot. Because in Australia it's like 16 and then the legal adult age is 18. In Japan isn't it like 20? So why? This seems like the 1800s, like where they're like, oh, when you're 12, you're an adult, you can leave school, blah blah blah, go kill yourself. I don't know. Yeah, I'm confused now. Let's just flow with it, okay? Pretend I know. She bites her lip, then hangs her head in silence. I get it. Time for me to make my leave, I guess. Thanks for your help, Line. I get her beheaded head a hearty rub. I give her beheaded head a hearty rub. Nervan Nervan's piercing gaze frightens me a little, but it looks like he's willing to let that one pass, seeing as I'm about to go.
ごめん
No, it was my fault for getting you involved in my trouble. I turn around and head for the front door. Nothing outside but snow, huh? Ah, who cares? I'm all wrapped up anyways. I make sure to zip my jacket all the way up.
おいお前その服
Give me a break, old man. If I went back out in the clothes I arrived in, I'd freeze to death. Should I just make a run for it? I push the door open a crack. But the next moment my hand is stilled.
まさか施設なのか
Huh? Whose?
そうだ、いいこと思いついた。
With that, Line dashes outside. Light streams in through the wide open doorway, blinding me in the process. It's blinding me too, dude.
ねえ、一緒に来て。
I want to make it this, actually. Okay, this will be the thumbnail. This looks better. Maybe? Probably. Okay. Bathed in light, she spins around and reaches out to me. Given just a glimpse of the outside world behind her,
あなたにあげる。刹那の忘れ物。
I take her hand and step outside into the light. My new journey starts here. Never Island.
そこ気をつけて。古くなってるから。
Huh, oops. One of the stone steps crumbles underfoot.
ここは西一区画。居住区の中でも特に古い区画なんだって。でも上につながる階段が残ってるのは西地区だけだから、今でもここに住んでる人は多いんだよ。私もそう。生まれも育ちもずっとここ。
Dine stops and scans the area. There are rows upon rows of tiny brick houses. The town is a sea of grey. I even spot some buildings that have caved in and are half buried in sand. I expected to find nothing but snow, but there's not a snowflake in sight. And that's just the beginning.
仕方ないんだ。リフトを使えるのは第一層に住んでる教会の関係者だけだから。
I follow Dine's gaze, tilting my head back. There is no sky, only a vast metal roof. In the middle of it is a large hole, through which light is streaming in. It looks almost like the sun. Then, in that central beam of light, I see a thin shaft leading down to the ground. So that thing moving up the shaft, that's the lift.
あれを使えば上まですぐなんだけどね。
It appears that the town spreads outward from the central pillar. In total, I reckon it must be over a kilometer wide. I can only make a rough estimate since there's nothing around to use as a point of reference. The place is completely walled in. In fact, with that large roof as well, it's surrounded on all sides.
行こう。急がないと夜になっちゃう。
We finally make it to the outer wall. As we climb, the stone steps turn into steel beams, which creep all the way up along the perimeter. I frantically try to keep up with Dine, who strides confidently up the stairs, even in the absence of any railings. When I glance down, the ground is so far below us that my legs begin to tremble.
足元だけじゃなくて頭にも気をつけてね。
My head? The ceiling has gotten really low all of a sudden. And every now and then sand trickles down on our
前
heads.
にネズミが降ってくることもあるから。
Dine vanishes up into the ceiling. All I can do is follow silently after her.
で、ここが第2層、商業区。この辺りは居住区に近いから日用品を取り扱ってるお店が多いんだ。私のお気に入りはこのお店。この間インクのいらないペンが入荷したんだよ。
Another similar town opens up as we climb up through the roof. Stalls line both sides of the road, and there are people dotted all around. unlike the level below.
そっちの路地には絶対入っちゃダメ。エッチなお店がいっぱい並んでるから。
I spot a rat scuttling down the back alley. Dinne's pointing. I spot a rat scuttling down the back alley Dinne's pointing at. A moment later, an emaciated cat chases after it.
今日の目的はここじゃなくてもう一つ上。
Dinne points towards the sky. Except that there is no sky, only a hole to let in the light.
もしかして疲れちゃった？
Yeah, I'm sort of dizzy.
休憩なら第一層の公園がおすすめだよ。もう少し頑張れる？
The top stratum. I get the feeling my dizziness isn't going away anytime soon. A very different sort of townscape greets us when we arrive at the top. Okay, just saying this now. The anime setting is completely different to this, so I'm just gonna go off this island. So I'm probably not gonna reference to the anime because this is like blowing my mind already. It's like a whole worst case scenario post-apocalyptic thing where like people are trapped inside a thing. But that's what it's like to me, so let's just go. Meticulous lawns abut broad, trees lined venues, elegant white buildings lined with the perimeter walls. What strikes me most of all, though, is what's above us. Instead of an oppressive metal roof, there's a stretch of blue sky. There are flocks of birds flying past in huge rolling clouds overhead, that's what you see at a peak of summer. But that looks all fabricated. No, that's not right. When I squint to take a closer look, I realize it's just a fresco painted on the dome ceiling. Yep. It's just the reflected glow from the lights around the edge that make it look real. The grass, the trees, they're all fake.
ここが第一層、公共区、学校や病院があるところ。学校には私も毎週通ってたんだよ。先週の卒業式まではね。中央の公園は有名なデートスポットで、あんまりそっち行くと危ないよ。
I lean over the railing and look down from the edge. I can see the commercial and residential districts, where we just were. Hey, can I ask something? I have a billion questions, of course, but I feel like the answer to a single question should solve all the other mysteries. What year is it?
2016年だよ。
Excuse me? What the hell? This game was made in 2016, I'm aware. No. Yeah, 2016 or 15, I'm aware. But like, come on, what the hell? Already the whole world just transformation. The hell? That is because our world is definitely not like this now. This is 2020, so so it's only like 20 years into the future, yeah? Yeah, it's like 20 years into the future, that's it. Not even 16 years into the future for him. 17. It's not even that long. Dina answers very matter-of-factly. 2016? No, that can't be right. If that's true, then since then it's only been... When was then?
もしかして何も知らないの？
Sorry. I was about to say ごめん。
すごい！やっぱりあなた、外から来たんだね。
The outside? Outside where?
じゃあ、教えてあげる。私たちの歴史。
Invited to sit, I lower myself onto the bench.
ねえ、王様が眠りについちゃった話は知ってる？
I'm reluctant to speak for some reason, so I simply shake my head. To everyone walking past, we must look like a normal pair of siblings. no one is taking any particular notice of us. But I can't assume that anything before me is what it seems. Not even the girl sitting beside me.
昔ね、世界を支配する一人の王様がいたんだって。でも王様の周りは争いばかりで、ある日反乱を起こした自分の子供に刺されちゃうんだ。
I feel like this isn't even... You know what? I'ma just... Because it's... We came from the year 1990 something, right? 1999, yeah? And it's 2016 now. That seems like a massive ass leap. That's a tiny ass leap to have this much of an advancement. I'm thinking the year's faked. I'm basing my thing off something I already know, but like, I think you'll understand what I mean later on. Trust me, we'll probably talk about it later on. So let's keep going.
王様は傷を癒すために遠い地の果てで長い眠りについた。その日から少しずつこの世界はおかしくなっていったんだって。少しずつ少しずつ地球全体の気温が下がっていったんだって。まず食料が足りなくなってたくさんの人が死んで、次に大きな戦争が起きてもっとたくさんの人が死んで、みんな王様が目覚めるのを待ち続けた。でも結局王様は戻ってこなかった。やがて世界は雪に覆われた。
This sounds like I'm the king, cause you know I fell asleep. A lot of this happened. I woke up.
残った人々は生き延びるために地下に潜った。最初はもっとずっと小さかったんだって。でも長い時間をかけて少しずつ大きくしていって、電気の光で農作もできるようにした。人口が増えるのに合わせてどんどん地下へと掘り進めていった。そうして完成したのが全23層からなる史上最大の自給自足型地下シェルター。
Then this place is...
アイランドユーラシア、人類最後の砦、希望の箱舟。
Island Eurasia. Were we on the island of Urashima? No. I forgot what it was. Burojima. Yeah, we were on Uroshima. Island Urasia. This just seems like it's based off the book I wrote. You know, the sets in the book. Island Eurasia?
で、学校では教わるんだ。
What? Dine swings her legs up to launch herself onto her feet.
でもそんなのは私が生まれるよりもずっと昔のこと。だんだん作物が取れなくなって人口はどんどん減っていっちゃった。電気の消費を抑えるために下層から閉鎖されていって、今残ってるのはたったの3層。私たちの家のある第3層だっていつ閉鎖されるかわかんない。
All this from the mouth of a 13-year-old.
もしかしたら世界の終わりを見れるかもしれないね、私たち。
Dine beams at me. Either she's quite unaware of the meaning behind her words, or she has a dark sense of humor. You're not trying to trick me, are you?
私、嘘なんかつかないもん。
She puffs out her cheeks in protest, and I find myself unable to respond. This kid has no reason to lie to me whatsoever. I'm the one who lied about being on some top secret mission. Hey, is it really the year 2016?
そうだよ。
But how am I supposed to believe something like that?
西暦22016年。それが私たちが生きる今だよ。
Wow, you left that out too! Okay, that explains a lot. Jesus Christ! 22,016 Common Era. Bruh. Nani? Faced with such an inconceivably high number, I feel suddenly overwhelmed. But at the same time, it sort of makes sense to me. I see. The end of the world, huh?
あれ私今面白いこと言った
You know, the year explains a lot now, because she missed out at 2. Yeah, I was so confused. No, it's nothing. Sorry for doubting you. I rub her head again in an apology. Oh, looks like she's not a fan of that. I've kind of got the gist of the situation now. So what's the outside like? What's it like outside the shelter? You said it was all covered in snow.
多分本当のことは誰も知らないよ。アイランドの外に出ることは禁止されてるから。
But when you saved me back there... She suddenly leans in towards me, a horrified look on her face.
私が外に出てたこと誰にも言っちゃダメだよ。
I see. You've been a naughty kid.
違うよ。極秘任務だよ。
I see. That's what's going on here. We'll go with that for now, shall we?
本当だもん。
Dine puffs out her cheeks again like a little kid. But I guess that's fair enough given her age. But that must mean you know more about the outside world than anyone else, right?
あれそういえば外のことはあなたの方が詳しいんじゃないの？
I don't really know my way around these parts.
やっぱり遠くから来たんだ。かっこいい。
I suppose it is. Looks like the conversation's come to a standstill. Huh? What's this? Sounds like a stampede. The moment I turn around, I find something latched about my midriff. A kid? Judging by her appearance, she's probably around Dine's age.
邪魔おっさん。
Old man! What a stab to the heart. The sharp-tongued kid runs off again without saying anything more. Hey, you little brat! I'm not an old man, I'll have you know. Oh, she stopped. What the... What sort of behavior do you call that? I'd like a word with her parents.
そのセリフすっごくおじさんっぽいよ。
Seriously? No, maybe I am.
それにあの子多分だけど親はいないんじゃないかな。
Huh?
札なしだったから。
Dine mutters the last statement while glancing into the distance, where the girl has disappeared off to. Nirvan mentioned that before, too. What does it mean?
みんなね、それぞれ自分の名前が刻まれた札を持ってるの。生まれてから死ぬまでずっと。
So it's like a form of ID?
ただの証明書じゃないよ。札がないと住居も割り当てられないし、仕事にも就けないし。
In other words...
そう。アイランドでは人は札で管理されてるんだよ。
Who's monitoring them and why? How long has it been like this? Countless questions are swirling around my mind. But the one I end up asking is a bit different. Do you have one too?
見たい？
Not waiting for a response, Dine pulls down the neckline of her shirt to reveal the base of her throat. There it is, a thin metal band around her neck. Engraved on it are various words and symbols. The only part I can make out is her name, Dine Ohara.
これはアイランドの一員だっていう証。命の次に大切なもの。絶対に失ったらダメなもの。
What do you mean by that?
成人したら1ヶ月以内に何かの職に就かないと札を没収されちゃうんだ。
So that's what it means to be colorless. So you have to work if you want to eat. I guess habitable space and resources are pretty limited here. The island would have to need a solid supply of food and a means of producing other daily necessities for a start. And then there's the maintenance the shelter must need, and the nurturing of the next generation. There are all sorts of jobs to consider. I guess they can't afford to waste food on those unwilling to work. Well, that system does make sense. That's what society is, a system. It wouldn't work unless you remove the defective cogs from the machine.
いろんな反対意見もあったらしいんだけど、アイランドで昔から守られ続けてきたルールだからって一応みんな納得してたんだって。13年前まではね。
Dinah's face stiffens or appears to.
13年前、急に新しい札が作られなくなったの。
Huh? It makes me feel a little ill hearing that. Wait, so that means...
行こう。あなたの札を手に入れに。
I'm not sure if she didn't hear me or she's just pretending not to. Either way, Dinah grabs me by the hand and sets off. A grand and imposing building looms over us.